Hello everyone. So today we have with us two rankers of the December 2021 attempt. We have with us Parth Gupta, who has secured AIR 28, and Nikunj Goyal, who has secured AIR 41. So welcome both of you, and first of all, hearty congratulations for your score and your result. So how did you guys feel when you got that coveted rank, the coveted mark sheet? How did you feel, Parth?
Oh, thank you, sir, for the wishes. So it was a very good feeling. So honestly speaking, sir, when the result was loading, I was very anxious and like what could happen, what could not happen, very nervous. And at that point, I got a call from the Central Council member that before the result loaded, that I secured a rank. So I was like so happy that like I've finally passed, and I was like shouting, and so running with joy. It was like really good feeling, sir. Feeling good because feeling good because I know my result without being going through that gruesome process of getting that site loaded again and again. And then rank is a rank that.
Of course. And I understand you have also secured a rank in your inter-CA, right? Or IPCC.
Yes, sir.
It's wonderful. How about you, Nikunj? You also did get a call from the council?
No, sir, I didn't get any call from the council, but like my result opened after 1 hour of result getting loaded. Like the site got crashed and I was not able to check my result. And for a couple of minutes I got even frustrated at that time. That I like my friends started calling me that they have got their result. I was not able to open my result also.
Okay.
But when I saw the so what I did, sent my roll number and the pen to my manager, and he opened the merit list. Like he did not open the result. He opened the straight away to merit list, and he told me that you have secured a rank.
That's wonderful. So it was worth the wait.
Yes, sir. Well, it was very surprising for me. I didn't get a rank in IPCC because it was just because of 4 or 5 months I wasn't able to get a rank. Okay. But in this attempt, I got a rank, and it was something a dream which came true after many years.
Of course. And I'm pretty sure that you would have worked really hard, both of you, and all the wishes, and it is really well deserved. So if we just go back and if Parth, if you can help us on how did you manage your time during your articleship mainly? When did you start preparing? How did you manage time, especially considering that you were working in a Big Four? And you can also add on Nikunj. I guess both of you were Big Four people. So how did you manage your time, Parth?
Okay. So, sir, starting from Big Four's first 5 months, we didn't took any coaching because, we have to get used to the work and understand the requirements as to what all is required from this audit procedures and all. So, initial 5-6 months, nothing. Then from articleship only after the 5th month, we started taking coachings. The plan was that at least before study leaves, we must have completed with all the coachings. That was a broad overview, and that was a target. So we started taking coaching. Nikunj and I, we used to take coachings, discuss coachings together.
Okay.
Since we were friends, and first year we were in same firm in Deloitte. So that's how we used to start, and we started from FR, and then the next. FR took around 6-7 months, and it took a lot of time during articleship. And then the second subject I took was audit, and then the audit also took around audit. Actually, taking audit at such an early stage was a mistake if I look back, because again I had to do audit from scratch in my study groups. So it wasn't as worthwhile. And then I took law, which was again a mistake. Then I took SFM. And this was after completing SFM, I was in November 2020, which was 1 year before the exam.
Okay.
So at this time I had my cost, IDT and DT pending. So I took DT, the whole DT, and somehow managed to got it complete by February first week.
Okay.
And And then my cost, I did cost self because I just didn't had time, because at that time the pressure was started coming off stat audit. From March we had this control procedure starting, and then April and days like busy, like it's like very busy. So I somehow like managed cost self. I got a book, reference book from a very renowned faculty, and I started studying from that book, and did somehow managed cost by myself in like 12 days. And then IDT did, I took a class and did half of IDT and then left it all there. Like I completed all my coachings by managed to complete all this by 15th April, because I wanted now to start FR, because I was feeling like FR is the most heavy subject, and these all subjects can be managed, but FR has to be done thoroughly. And I think that was a good decision, because when I started FR from 15th April, somehow I was able to get some time, like around 3-4 hours on weekdays, and around 6-7 hours on weekends. And I started doing major topics of FR. Within 15 days, I managed to complete those 5 main topics, which are like revenue, leases, and business combination, and this revenue, leases, and financial instruments. So I did this 4 topics around like within first week of May. And then then the pressure came up, wasn't able to study May and mid-June. And then from 1st July, actually, I was having my study leaves. In PwC, we had actually I switched to PwC on in first year, and in PwC we had 4 months of study leave, and fortunately because of this December extension, I got 5 months. So and then from 1st July I started dedicated preparations.
So it's really good to hear that generally students do presume that rank holders would have completed the portion 1 year back and 6 months back. So it's really good to feel that you are also as human as everyone else is. And if you are even completing in as late as probably 4 or 5 months before the exam, you still have a shot for the rank. That's really good to hear. And what about you, Nikunj? I think, how did you manage the workload? How many hours would you study while you were doing your articleship? Before the study leave starts, you have to view video lectures. You probably have to do self-study. So if a student has to figure out how many ideal hours would he dedicate in the working week or a working day, how much should that be, or how did you plan that?
So like before starting any preparation, what I do, I do write a written plan. I make a written plan, like how I have to proceed. Like I systematically plot the dates, plot the subjects, and number of hours I have to devote on. I make a written plan every time to like what I need to do, how I need to proceed. So like I started my preparation I think 2 months after I joined the articleship, and I was allotted on the listed client, and like 15 days of every month I used to be outstation audit.
Okay.
So in days of every month I have spent in Calcutta only.
Okay.
So there we work from 10 o'clock in the morning, and in the night we didn't have any time. Like in the night.
Big food.
Yes. So like what I used to do, I took my classes there only. I used to carry there only, and whenever I used to get the time, in the morning, in the evening, in the night, whenever I used to get, I knew that I have to see 1 class per day.
Okay. So that should be your ideal goal at least.
Yes, sir. So, and in the weekend, I used to do self-study, like whatever I have studied in the week. So I used to do the self-study. And in the meantime, I used to make a self-notes, summary notes of every subject. So which I can use 1 day before the exam. Like what happens, हम पूरा पढ़ लेते हैं, but 1 day before exam हम हमेशा struggle कर रहे होते हैं. For that purpose, I made the summary notes which I can use 1 day before my exam. So that is how I proceeded, like in the mid in the April. In fact, I got a COVID also. Like a full month I wasted like in the recovering from the COVID, and in the January, December of every year, like I used to like very hectic schedule, because in that time I have to close the audit of the listed client.
Correct.
So, the thing which helped me to go through all this is the plan. With the plan which I used to make on the paper, and then I used to work on the plan. Like one thing which we used to hear from the 12th standard, like make a plan and then work on your plan. It is the key to every success.
Correct. So if you were to summarize it, you should ideally have a plan. You should try to view at least one video lecture during the work day and probably try to revise during the weekend. And it's never too late. No matter how late you are still having a shot at passing. And if things go well, a rank. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Again, during a study leave, again, this is a question which repeatedly comes up, that during the study leave, how many hours do we dedicate? How many hours of effective study would you do, Parth? How many hours during the study leave? So we are done with our articleship, and in the last 4 months, how many hours? Ideally, our lecture should be over, if probably they are left a month or so, but largely self-study. How many hours would you invest in a day?
Yeah, sir. So, sir, honestly speaking, like for the first month of study leave, it's very difficult to have a proper sitting, because we are not obviously used to that sitting. So the efficiency used to be much lesser. Around like if I used to sit around 10 hours maximum, if I could sit for 10 hours, I think 7 to 8 hours used to be my efficiency.
Okay.
So first month of study leave is very difficult. You have to like have a focused mindset and like at least try to sit around 10, 11 hours.
Okay.
And after the first month, when you're used to that schedule of studying and the whole day studying, then I think around 10 to 11 hours is maximum that I could get.
Okay. Fair enough. Also, I mean, I understand both of you selected Gfrs as an elective paper. However, before coming to a particular elective, this is another question which students have, that what should you consider while selecting an elective paper? Should it be your interest? Should it be the past scoring pattern? What do you think, Nikunj? How did you filter down to Gfrs, and what are the considerations that students should keep in mind while selecting an elective?
So, sir, while selecting Gfrs, like I have done the listed like index clients only. So I was very thorough with the index. Okay. So I had a trust in the index. So and like I saw some videos also that whatever is there index is like more or less it is similar in the IFRS also. Like we have to just study some few carve and carve outs, and then we can go through all those things.
Correct.
So like it was my interest in like FR which pushed me to this select the subject. And also like the one thing you said, that the past trend of the score and all those, that also like pushed me to select the subject.
This attempt has been particularly good with Gfrs.
Yes,
scored really good marks. So the gamble paid off, I guess.
Right, sir.
So Parth,
I'm sorry interrupting, sir. I like to add in Nikunj's point.
Yes.
So, sir, actually, I and Nikunj had a detailed discussion about Gfrs. So, sir, apart from that, obviously, the index exposure that we had, there was one major factor that was also we were taking into consideration. There was no extra syllabus of Gfrs. In fact, in Gfrs, it's study in this ICI Board of Resource Material, they had this one page that they said, please refer FR study material. That, that's wonderful that if we do FR thoroughly, then why do you have to study anything extra? So that was also one of the reasons.
Yeah, that is a very valid point. That is a very valid
driving reason.
Yeah. So once let's go into that elective paper once. So once you decided, what was the strategy you used coupled with FR along with Gfrs? What was the strategy part that you used for your Gfrs preparations?
Okay. So, sir, first of all, we spoke with some seniors. I spoke with this January 21 AIR2, who was this Gfrs. He scored around 80 marks, I think. And sir, I spoke to you as well. If you remember, I spoke to you as well. So, sir, the crisp points that we got was, first of all, be thorough with FR. Like if you have to do FR very thoroughly, preferably do entire study material. And if you have any coaching, or if you have any resources or study or reference material, be thorough in that as well. Once you are through in FR, then GFRS is like a piece of cake. Like, you have to only do case studies, and that case studies and mock papers you have to do thoroughly. And for that case studies and mock papers, like we spoke to you, we got your all your material, and then and that last year papers also we got from that material. So around so our strategy was very clear that we will be thorough with each and every topic of FR. We won't like leave any topic for the end day, and then we'll give 5 days of dedicated study to GFRS. And for in those 5 days, what we will do would be this the material that case studies and all that you compiled. There was at that time a GFRS case study digest also released by ICI of 30 case studies, and that mock papers that you give two materials. One was mock material, one was case studies. That mock material, and lastly the last year papers, last 3 attempt papers. And it took 5 days to do all that, so it doesn't take much time. Once you get the momentum now, once you have been studying for FR like for 10, 12 days or 15 days, it takes very less time because you have that speed and the shortcuts that flows very easily.
Correct.
One thing I would add on this, like apart from this, I also did I used to give the mock test papers also. Like I joined a test series, and I used to download the paper, and then like same as I would be sitting in the exam. Like I kept all the material on my table, and I allotted 4 hours to me. I set the timer in my phone. But like the same environment which I would be getting the exam, the same environment I created in my home also, and I wrote that paper, like 4 hours paper, like 2 mock test paper I gave before going to the exam. So that was something which helped me a lot, like at least like to speed up my writing speed.
Okay. And as Parth rightly pointed out, there is no dedicated material for GFRS. So students end up carrying a truckload to the exam. So Nikunj, what did you actually carry in your exam hall? When we say it's an open book, what all did you carry?
So first of all, the study material for ICI, and the second thing was my notes, the summary notes which I made for the revision 1 day before my exams. And I also made the index for those notes also. For the summary notes also, I made an index in hand, like because like when I was sitting in the exam, so the first question was about the business combination only. So when I read the case study, I got the idea that this is the business combination case study. So I had the index in my hand. I went to that specific page, and then wrote that stuff in the on the paper.
So the indexing helped.
Yes. So study material, my like notes, summary notes, and index. So those two I carried in the exams.
Parth, when we look at an open book, and this is the first time which a CS student is probably going to sit in an open book exam, there's an incentive to kind of refer the book for every provision in the exam hall, in those 4 hours that you have. In a rough percentage, how many times did you actually go back and refer the book, and how much percentage, roughly, approximately, would you have solved on your own as if you're solving an FR paper?
Right. So actually, sir, I think I opened the book around 4 times. I think I opened the book 4 times. And I'll be very honest, why I opened it because sir, I did this the last year papers and all now. So I observed that the suggested answers, they had theory points as well. Like they explained everything. So for that theory, I referred the book and copied as it is. So even in practical answers, I'll be very honest, even in practical answers, I just gave a background, like this is the thing that we have to do. This is the relevant concepts. And then I used to solve those questions. So I think that's why I opened this books. But for practical portion, there was no need to open book because it was like complete FR. I think it was like complete FR paper I was doing, and everything was manageable. There was entirely Ind AS, sir. Not even IFRS or US GAAP. I observed.
Correct.
Everything was by Ind AS. So practical wasn't required, and theory books to open the book there was a need. And lastly, sir, I think in this attempt, the paper was very not very lengthy as well in GFRS.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for one time, for 1-2, I think 1-2 questions were as it is from study material as well of
Okay.
impairment.
Okay.
So I think for that I referred at steps, if
Okay.
my steps are in the line or not.
Okay. Did you write para numbers, or that was not necessarily needed?
No, I didn't write
No,
that.
I also didn't write.
Yeah, it's not
I
needed.
also didn't
Fair
write
enough.
para numbers.
So this is something that comes in law very often, that you need to write section numbers, but in India, para gets a little too much. So students generally tend to think that if it's a GFRS paper, it's an open book, you need to write para numbers. So that's not needed, right? You can get 80 or 75 plus without para numbers.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So Nikunj, when we look at our GFRS paper, as Parth pointed out, did you guys spend a lot of time doing US GAAP and stuff, or it was predominantly Indes that you focused on? Because IFRS Indes largely similar, US GAAP is different. But did you spend a lot of time doing US GAAP, or did not really make sense?
Sir, I didn't any time in the US gap. Like during my preparation, I didn't spend any time in gap, because I knew if the US gap question comes into on the paper, then I can then like open the book and copy as it is. So I didn't spend any time on US gap. I spent most of my index only and on the carbon covers only.
Okay.
So I didn't spend any time on US gap.
You wanted to add something, Parth?
Yeah, same, sir. Actually, Nikunj and I, we had discussed this already. We won't open US gap. Who would read that 40 pages? We thought we'll open the book and then solve it if it comes.
Yeah, because it will probably result in slightly different treatment, might confuse you a little. And even US gap, in my understanding, probably comes for around 5 or 10 marks at max, right?
4 to 5 marks, and that also did not came in our time also.
But sir, we did one thing, sir. We did one thing.
Okay.
We just went to US Gap and understood that 40 pages study material. I think 70 pages study material.
70 pages, yeah.
Yeah. So how is it structured? So if we want to find the answer, how we can find that?
Okay. We did that. That really helps.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is about the elective paper in general. Any specific tips that you would like to share, any of you, for a student who wants to select an elective, not necessarily GFRS, but an elective paper? What should the student keep in mind as a broad parameter while selecting an elective?
So, sir, I like to start with this. First of all, people, I think, choose elective thinking like it's an open book, so we can refer the book. I think it should be more upon how much control you have on that subject, be it law or FR or this risk management, anything. You should first be confident about the core subject, which are FR, law, and SFM. If you're not, then I think open book can't make much of a difference, because anyhow you need to have conceptual clarity to even replicate or you search for the answers.
Correct.
And second of all, I think there is also a tendency to get confused with a lot of this discussions around how to prepare and all. I think the major thing is that I think you have to be very thorough with, first of all, core subject, and second, all the material that you have, you should be able to compile it in a way that at the last one day you should be able to revise it. Because sir, I'll be honestly speaking, in GFRS, the problem that we got was we had one day to revise the whole FR ideally for GFRS. So what, like Nikunj told now, he's prepared notes. So I took your FR shield. I think that was really helpful, because in that FR shield I was able to read all through one day before the exam. So I think any subject you take, you should prepare that one day preparation for it, that you should be able to revise it in one day. You can either outsource it from another material, or you can keep your own notes, but you should have something in hand.
Okay,
I think that
makes
helps.
Okay. So now, Nikunj, I mean, I'm pretty sure in those grueling 4 or 5 months, there would be instances where you might have lost steam, felt a little demotivated. Did that happen? And if yes, how did you kind of push yourself to work still?
Yes, it happened many times that we felt like many times it happened, like like it happens like 2 months before the exam. You like you are not even to sleep also. Like it used to happen 3 to 4 days, and I was not able to sleep. So, but the one motivation which every time push me is that I have to clear the exam in this attempt only. I have no attempt after this. I have to clear this exam in this attempt only.
Okay.
So this is a motivation I kept with me throughout the 5 months.
Okay. That's interesting. Parth, anything? How did you kind of keep the fire in the belly running?
So, sir, first of all, I used to speak with Nikunj. So, so that speaking with friends and family, it helps a lot. It helps a lot.
Okay.
Subconsciously, consciously, it helps a lot. And second thing is, it's a normal. I was being told that it's normal, and like you have to give your best. So our mindset was very clear that we would give our best no matter what.
Okay.
And then leave the rest to destiny or something like that, and let's see what happens.
Karam karo.
Karam.
Just give us a-
In fact, sir, when we used to sit in the exam, that time also that like it used to happen that the question paper, we used to get the question paper, and the first question we are not able to even figure out what should be done here.
Okay.
So that time the thing which used to come in our mind is like we have these 3 hours and we have to give in these 3 hours.
Okay. Okay.
Give the best.
That's great. What are your future plans? So CA is done, the big hurdle is cleared. What are your future plans? What do you want to do now? Parth?
Okay, I'll start. Yeah. So, sir, a future plan. Right now, we are not very clear, but targeting for management trainee and management consulting, like these cream companies that are coming. So we are targeting that only, and let's see what.
I'm sure. And what about you, Nikunj? Any? So you're still keeping your options open?
Me too. Like I'm also going through many profiles like management trainee, taxation, like audit also. But however, I'm less inclined to audit because since like 3 years I have spent on the audit, so I'm less inclined on open to other profiles now.
Okay.
So I'm also, like going through other profiles and doing research what matches my interest and all.
Yeah, it's really important to keep your options open. You are fairly young now. It really helps to keep your options open.
Yes, sir.
So, as a final thing, any particular thing that you would want to share with your fellow chartered accountants or fellow juniors for excelling? Anything? Any last closing words?
Yes, sir. So one thing I would like to share is like always complete your syllabus. Like don't leave anything for one day before the exam. Like you will not get the time to do anything extra. Like the even if you have left one page also now, you will not get the time to cover page also one day.
That will come in the exam.
Yeah, that will come in the exam also. Like it happened with me. Like in the law exam, there was a topic registered valuer, which I was not able. Like I used to like leave it, and it actually came in the exam also. So like one like advice I would like give to all of them: never leave anything, because the one thing which it has a fair chances that it will come in the exam.
Anything with you, Parth?
Yeah. After that Nikunj's ultimatum, I like to give a calming influence. So, in articleship, I understand that it's very difficult to manage studies and complete everything. That was the same with me. And unlike Nikunj, I didn't get a time to self study even. So it's okay if you're not able to self study. But having said that, at least try to do one class, because subconsciously the topic stays with you. And second thing is that the faculty's notes, I think that helps a lot, because the starting point are those faculty's notes during their study leaves. They are very easy to read and that very easy to retain. So I think the benefit of those classes are those notes for me personally, because those
Okay.
notes like helped me a lot. They saved a lot of time. Second thing is like even if you're not able to give mock test and all, like I was not able to give mock test, like don't lose faith. It's all right. What I used to do was since I didn't got the time to do mock test, which was wrong from my side, because I highly recommend anyone to give mock test. Since in my case I was not able to, what I used to do was used to ask Nikunj from him that what was his mock test experience and what all problems did he face. Got his papers
Okay.
and still his answers. So I think that also helped me.
Okay.
Not able to learning from others' mistakes. That also helps, and it's always good to have a good friend. Like I had Nikunj with me, and he had all this. He's a very planned person. Like he plans a lot, and I'm like I used to take his plan and I used to follow them. That's a lot.
Okay.
That is
That's
also
great. That's great. Thank you, both of you, for sharing your insights and spending your valuable time. I'll wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors, and I'll see you soon then.
Sure, sir.
Goodbye
Thank
then.
you, sir.
Good luck, and I hope everyone over here has got a lot to learn from both of you, and take this as a motivation, and probably I'm pretty sure you would also kind of get your dreams come true, and this is a very, very special feeling. Okay.
Right, sir. It
So
is.
thank you very much,
Yeah, thank you, sir.
and
Thank you.
good luck.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.